Hello, everyone. It's a great day to have a good day. I'm so glad you're here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brenda Neckfottle, and I am a specialist in group dynamics and crisis management. And I teach people how to deal with difficult people, slice through the drama, so that leaders can go ahead and build and grow their team to new levels of success. I like to joke that I'm a recovering HR pro, doing it for a long time, and I'm affectionately known as the Grim Reaper. So I got my director in the security in the background doing his thing. Recently, he promoted himself to trash inspector as well. So it's been a little exciting week. Speaking of excitement, this is going to be a consolidated one today. I am zapped out of energy. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. When you are dealing with difficult people, it is going to suck the life out of you sometimes. And if you have ever dealt with a tremendously difficult personality, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And just even sometimes conflict can just suck the life right out of you as well. So great. Now he's migrated up here. So when you're dealing with stuff like that, there's a couple of things that you need to do if possible. And you may not be able to do them right away. You may have to wait until you get a breath or a moment, but I'm going to give you a couple of tips. If you're finding this video to be extremely helpful, do me a favor, click the like, click the share, tag somebody in it who you know is going through a challenge, and let's get them some help and support. So here you go. So when you are dealing with difficult people of any kind, or you've just had to exert a tremendous amount of energy to work your way through some form of conflict, you have to give yourself some grace. You really do. If you are a high performer, if you're somebody that takes a tremendous amount of pride in your work, if you are a high achiever, high earner, you're going to find yourself to be extremely critical. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually a pretty good thing, except in cases like this, where being critical is not going to serve you. It's going to potentially harm you. Not harm you as in like doing bad harm. I'm just saying it doesn't help, right? Being critical when you're going through difficult times, not a good thing to do. So you have to start training your brain not to criticize yourself when you're going through a lot of difficult issues. Give yourself some breath. Give yourself some time. Disconnect if at all possible, or when you get the first immediate chance. Like there were times when I was dealing with some pretty substantial stuff, investigations, very difficult employee relations issues, types of things. And depending upon the urgency with it and the nature of it, the sensitivity of it, there were times where I had to push through to the point of mental and emotional exhaustion. And then I had to push a little bit harder. But anytime I had to deal with something like that, I always made the space and the time for me to disconnect, decompress, and chill out for a little while. If you don't do that, especially when you have like rapid fire stuff coming at you, you're going to burn out. And you're not going to be of any use to anybody, including yourself, if you burn out. This is one of those things where it's kind of like, when you fly and they do the safety brief and they tell you that, if the masks drop, then if you're sitting next to somebody who can't put their mask on by themselves, you have to put yours on first, right? There are going to be times where you're going to have to put your mask on first. It's just as simple as that. And you have to be the one to gauge whether or not you can actually take the break or take the time to actually say, I need to get back to you on this. This is something that can we make it wait? I've got 3 other priorities in front of you. And in the top of your mind, you should be the first one. Okay. Those things are going to happen. You're just going to have these really difficult times. You're also going to likely start beating yourself up. I wish I had said this. I wish I had said that. Look, you know what? Education is always going to be in these types of situations, unless something magical comes flying out of your mouth, which that has happened. Like you can just like get in the flow. And there have been times where I've said things and I'm like, oh my God, where did that come from? Like, I can't believe I just said that. It was genius and it worked. And holy cow, that's when you're in flow. But you're going to have times when you're dealing with people and you are not going to be in flow. Matter of fact, you're going to be running into every mental obstacle that's going to come in your way. And it is just going to compound the situation. It's just going to make it more challenging, more worse. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to avoid looking in hindsight for 24 hours. Just give yourself 24 hours. You're going to learn so much when you do the whole hindsight 2020 thing, right? You're going to come up with a list of things that you wish you had said and didn't take the opportunity simply because you didn't think of it. But you know what? Just because those things come up doesn't mean that you didn't handle the situation appropriately. You likely did. I mean, if it was effective enough to make it stop, then, celebrate that. But hindsight 2020 is really great because then when you come up against something similar, you now have whatever it is that's coming to you becomes the arsenal. So that way you can move forward. So those are my 2 nuggets for today. I'm not spending a lot of time here today with you guys. Uh, I wanted to spend like a good 20, 40 minutes, but you know what? We're gonna get into Q&A tomorrow. And yeah, we'll go ahead and start answering some questions. I actually did wind up getting a couple Dear Brenda questions in, so I might drop a couple of those, see what you guys think. So anyway, so listen, I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day. Again, if you found this helpful, if you know somebody who's going through a difficult time, because let's face it, sometimes hell just shows up for breakfast. Do me a favor, go ahead, give a like, share this with somebody, tag somebody in the comments. If you got questions, go ahead and ask them. I'm going to take a look, see if there's anything later, and I will address them in tomorrow's live session. So with that being said, I hope you all have a really great day, and I will talk to you later.